Did you know the average American household pays over $1,000 a year in hidden credit card costs? And I'm not just talking about obvious things like interest charges. I'm talking about late fees, cash advance fees, foreign transaction charges, over-limit penalties, and a dozen other sneaky ways credit card companies drain your wallet without you even noticing. Here's what really shocked me when I dug into the data. Families making $75,000 a year are spending nearly 2% of their entire income just on credit card fees and interest. That's money that could be going toward an emergency fund, retirement savings, or paying off debt faster. But here's the good news. Most of these costs are completely avoidable. In the next 16 minutes, I'm going to show you 7 battle-tested strategies to cut at least $500, and often much more, from your credit card bills this year. These aren't complicated schemes or risky moves. They're simple, practical changes that start saving you money immediately. And I'll show you the math behind each strategy so you can see exactly how much money you'll save. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which moves will have the biggest impact on your specific situation. Before we dive into the strategies, let me tell you a story that perfectly illustrates why this matters. Back in the 1990s, there was an investment club called the Beardstown Ladies, a group of grandmothers from Illinois who became famous for their investing success. But what made them special wasn't just their stock picks. It was their philosophy about money. One of their core principles was simple: little leaks sink big ships. They understood that small, seemingly insignificant expenses add up to massive amounts over time. And credit cards? They're one of the leakiest ships in personal finance. Think about it this way. If you're paying $1,000 a year in credit card costs, that's $10,000 over a decade. If you invested that money instead in an index fund earning 7% annually, you'd have over $15,000 after 10 years. The real cost isn't just the fees you're paying, it's the wealth you're not building. But here's what the credit card companies don't want you to know. Every single fee, every interest charge, every penalty is designed to be psychological. They're counting on you to think, it's only $35 this time, or I'll pay it off next month. They make billions because people underestimate these costs and overestimate their ability to avoid them in the future. So let's break down exactly how to beat them at their own game. Strategy number 1, destroy interest charges forever. The biggest way credit cards bleed your wallet is interest charges. And in 2025, this problem is worse than ever. The average credit card APR is now hovering around 22%, the highest it's been in decades. To put that in perspective, that's higher than what many people pay on personal loans or car loans. Here's the brutal math. If you carry a $3,000 balance at 22% APR and only pay the minimum, let's say $90 a month, you'll be paying for over 4 years. The total interest? More than $1,600. You'll pay half as much in interest as the original balance. But here's what changes the game completely. Paying more than the minimum transforms everything. Let's run the same scenario with different payment amounts. Minimum payment, $90. 4 years, 4 months, $1,678 in interest. Double the minimum, $180. 1 year, 9 months, $612 in interest. Triple the minimum, $270. 1 year, 1 month, $385 in interest. Pay in full immediately. 0 interest ever. The difference between the minimum payment and paying double? You save over $1,000 in interest and get out of debt 2.7 years faster. That's the power of understanding the math. But let's get practical. What if you genuinely can't pay in full right now? Here's my 3-step system. Step 1, the avalanche method: list all your credit card balances and their interest rates. Pay minimums on everything, but put every extra dollar toward the highest rate card first. This saves you the most money mathematically. Step 2, the snowball alternative. If you need psychological wins, pay off the smallest balance first, then roll that payment into the next smallest. You'll pay slightly more in interest, but the momentum keeps you motivated. Step 3, the hybrid approach: start with the smallest balance for a quick win, then switch to highest rate cards. You get early motivation plus maximum savings. And here's a pro tip most people miss. When you pay down one card, don't reduce your total monthly payment. If you were paying $500 total across all cards, keep paying $500 even as balances shrink. This accelerates your payoff dramatically. Strategy number 2, never pay another late fee. Late fees might seem minor, $30 or $40 here and there, but they're actually devastating for 2 reasons. First, they add up fast. Miss just one payment per quarter, and you're throwing away $120 to $160 a year. Second, and this is the killer, late payments often trigger penalty APR. Here's how penalty APRs work. Your card might have a normal rate of 19%, but buried in the fine print is a penalty rate of 29.99%. Miss one payment, and boom, your rate jumps 10 percentage points. On a $5,000 balance, that's an extra $500 per year in interest. The solution sounds simple. Don't be late. But life happens. You travel, you forget, your bank has processing delays. That's why you need systems, not just good intentions. System number 1, auto-pay everything. Set up auto-pay for at least the minimum payment on every card. Yes, you'll need to make additional manual payments to pay down balances, but this guarantees you'll never be late. Most banks let you choose the payment date, so pick something that aligns with your cash flow. System number 2, multiple reminders. Don't rely on just one reminder. Set up 3, one a week before the due date, one 3 days before, and one the day before. Use your phone's built-in reminders, Google Calendar, or apps like Mint or Rocket Money. System number 3, the buffer account. Keep 1 month's worth of minimum payments in a separate savings account. If something goes wrong with your main account, you have a backup plan. System number 4, same-day rule. Pick 1 day each month to review and pay all your bills. Maybe it's the first Saturday of every month. Make it a routine, like going to the gym or grocery shopping. Here's a real example. Sarah was paying about $200 a year in late fees because she traveled frequently for work. She set up autopay, and she hasn't paid a late fee in 3 years. That's $600 back in her pocket, plus avoiding penalty rates that would have cost her hundreds more. Strategy number 3, master the art of rate negotiation and balance transfers. Credit card companies are businesses, and like any business, they'd rather keep a profitable customer than lose them entirely. This gives you negotiating power, if you know how to use it. The negotiation game plan. First, do your homework. Before calling, know your current rate, how long you've been a customer, and what rates competitors are offering. Have a specific number in mind. Don't just ask them to lower your rate. Here's the script that works. Hi, I've been a loyal customer and I always pay on time. I'm reviewing my finances and notice my APR is 22%. I'm seeing offers for 15% from other companies. Can you match or beat that rate to keep my business? If the first person says no, politely ask to speak with the retention department. These folks have more authority to make deals. If they still say no, call back in a few days. You might get a different representative who's more flexible. The balance transfer strategy. If negotiation doesn't work, balance transfers can be incredibly powerful. Many cards offer 0% APR for 12 to 21 months on transferred balances. Even with a 3 to 5% transfer fee, the savings are massive. Let's run the numbers. You have $8,000 in credit card debt at 24% APR. Your minimum payment is about $200, and at that rate, you'd pay over $4,000 in interest over time. Transfer to a 0% card with an 18-month promotional period. Transfer fee, 3%, $240. Interest during promotional period, $0. Total savings if paid off in 18 months, over $2,500. The key is treating the promotional period like a deadline, not a vacation. Calculate exactly what you need to pay monthly to eliminate the balance before the rate jumps up. Advanced transfer strategies. The leapfrog method. If you can't pay off the full balance during the promotional period, plan your next transfer before the rate increases. Some people successfully chain together multiple 0% offers. The split strategy. If your balance is larger than the credit limit on a 0% card, transfer as much as possible to the promotional rate card. Then focus all extra payments on the remaining high-rate balance. One warning: balance transfers only work if you change the behavior that created the debt. I've seen people transfer balances, feel relieved, then rack up new debt on their original cards. Now they have twice the problem. Strategy number 4, audit your annual fee cards. Like a CFO, annual fees are interesting because they can be either the best investment you make or the worst waste of money. It all depends on how you use the card. The problem is, most people sign up for fee cards because of flashy sign-up bonuses, then never maximize the benefits. Let's break this down systematically. The annual fee audit process, step 1. List every fee you pay. Don't just look at obvious annual fees. Some cards charge monthly fees, foreign transaction fees, or other recurring charges. Step 2. Calculate the value you're getting. For cashback cards, multiply your annual spending in each category by the reward rate. For travel cards, estimate the value of perks like free check bags, airport lounge access, and hotel status. Step 3. Compare to no-fee alternatives. Many excellent cards charge 0 fees and offer competitive rewards. Real-world example. Let's say you have a card with a $95 annual fee that gives you 2% back on gas and groceries, 1% on everything else. You spend $3,000 on gas and groceries, $5,000 on other purchases. Your rewards, $3,000 times 2%, plus $5,000 times 2%, 1% equals $110, minus the annual fee, $110 minus $95 equals $15 net benefit. Compare that to a no-fee card offering 1.5% on everything. $8,000 times 1.5% equals $120 with no annual fee. The no-fee card is actually better. This is more common than you'd think. When annual fees make sense, premium travel cards can be worth it if you travel frequently. For example, a card with a $450 annual fee might include $300 annual travel credit, effective fee now $150, free TSA pre-check, $78 value every 5 years, priority boarding and free check bags, $50 to $100 value per trip, airport lounge access, $500 plus value if used regularly. If you travel even moderately, the math works out. But if you're a once-a-year vacation person, stick to no-fee cards. The downgrade strategy: before canceling a fee card, ask if you can downgrade to a no-fee version. Many issuers offer this option, and it preserves your credit history with that account. This is especially important if it's one of your older cards, since account age affects your credit score. Strategy number 5, avoid the cash advance death trap. Cash advances are probably the worst feature of credit cards, yet millions of people use them every year. Here's why they're so dangerous. The triple whammy. 1. Immediate fees, usually 3 to 5% of the advance, with a minimum of $10. 2. Higher interest rates, often 28 to 30%, higher than purchase rates. 3. No grace period. Interest starts accruing immediately, even if you pay off your entire statement balance. Let's look at a real scenario. You need $500 cash and use a credit card advance. Here's what happens. Immediate fee, $25, 5% of $500. Interest rate, 28% APR, 2.33% per month. If you pay it back in 30 days, $500 plus $25 plus $11.65 in interest equals $536.65. That's a $36.65 cost for borrowing $500 for 1 month, an effective annual rate of 88%. Better alternatives. Option 1. Personal loans. Even with fair credit, personal loan rates are typically 8 to 15%. The application process takes longer, but the savings are massive for larger amounts. Option 2. Credit union loans. If you're a credit union member, they often offer small emergency loans at much better rates than cash advances. Option 3. Paycheck advance apps. Apps like Dave, Earnin, or Chime offer small advances on your upcoming paycheck, usually for just a few dollars in fees. Option 4. Friends and family. This isn't always possible, but borrowing from loved ones, with clear repayment terms, beats credit card interest. Option 5. Sell something before borrowing. See if you can quickly sell something you don't need. Facebook Marketplace, Poshmark, and other platforms make this easier than ever. The emergency prevention system. The best cash advance is the one you never need. Build a small emergency fund, even $500, to handle unexpected cash needs. If you're struggling to save, try the $1 trick. Every day, transfer $1 to savings. It's so small you won't notice, but you'll have $365 at the end of the year. Strategy number 6. Turn rewards into real wealth. Credit card rewards can be genuinely valuable if you use them correctly. The key word is if. Too many people use rewards as justification to overspend, which completely defeats the purpose. The golden rule of rewards: never pay interest to earn rewards. If you carry a balance, the interest will always exceed your rewards earnings. Always. Let's prove this with math. Scenario 1. You earn 2% cash back on $1,000 in purchases, but carry a balance at 22% APR. Your reward, $20. Your monthly interest on $1,000, about $18. You're barely breaking even, and that's only if you pay the balance off quickly. Scenario 2. You earn 1% cash back on $1,000 in purchases and pay in full. Your reward, $10. Your interest, $0. You're $10 ahead. Maximizing rewards the right way. The category strategy. Many cards offer higher rewards in rotating categories: 5% on gas for 3 months, then 5% on restaurants, etc. Set reminders to activate these bonuses and adjust your spending timing when possible. The ecosystem play. Some card families work together. For example, you might have one card for dining, 3% back, another for gas, 2% back, and a third for everything else, 1.5% back. This requires discipline to track, but can maximize earnings. The spending multiplier. Use rewards cards for bills you're paying anyway: utilities, insurance, subscriptions. Just make sure to pay the balance immediately. Avoiding the rewards trap. I see people make these mistakes constantly, using rewards as justification to buy things they don't need, choosing cards based on sign-up bonuses without considering long-term value, focusing on rewards rates while ignoring annual fees, keeping rewards in low-value redemption options like gift cards instead of cash. The smart redemption strategy: cash back is almost always the most flexible option. Travel rewards can offer better value, but only if you actually travel and understand the redemption rules. Don't hoard points. Credit card companies can devalue them at any time. Strategy number 7. Become a fee detective. Credit cards have more fee types than a parking meter, and many of them are easy to avoid if you know they exist. Let me walk you through the sneaky fees that cost people hundreds every year. Foreign transaction fees. These hit you every time you use your card internationally, usually 2.5 to 3% of each transaction. On a $2,000 vacation, that's $50 to $60 in fees you probably didn't notice. The fix is simple. Get a card with no foreign transaction fees before you travel. Many major issuers offer these. Over-limit fees. These used to be automatic, but now you have to opt in. Here's the trick. Don't opt in. If you opt in and exceed your limit, you pay $25 to $35 in fees. If you don't opt in and try to exceed your limit, the transaction simply gets declined. Which would you rather have? Balance transfer fees. Usually 3 to 5% of the transferred amount. Sometimes unavoidable, but shop around. Some promotional offers waive transfer fees entirely. Return payment fees. If your payment bounces, you get hit twice, by your bank and your credit card company. This is usually $25 to $40. The prevention: make sure you have sufficient funds before scheduling payments, or use a credit union account that offers overdraft protection. The hidden fee audit. Once a year, read through your credit card statements line by line. Look for charges you don't recognize. Here is Sarah, who was paying $12.95 monthly for account protection she never signed up for. That's $155 per year for nothing. Fighting unfair fees. If you get hit with a fee you think is unfair, Call immediately. Credit card companies often waive first-time fees or fees due to unusual circumstances. The key is to be polite but persistent. If the first person says no, ask to speak with a supervisor. Your action plan: where to start. Let's recap the 7 strategies and prioritize them by impact. Immediate impact: start today. 1. Set up autopay for all cards to eliminate late fees. 2. Audit annual fee cards and cancel or downgrade unnecessary ones. 3. Call to negotiate lower interest rates on your highest balance cards. This week. 4. Research balance transfer options if you're carrying debt. 5. Review your last 3 months of statements for sneaky fees. 6. Switch to no foreign transaction fee cards if you travel. This month. 7. Optimize your reward strategy and eliminate any cards that don't serve your goals. By implementing just these 7 strategies, most people save $500 to $800 per year, but some save much more. I know people who've cut over $1,500 in annual credit card costs using these exact methods. Remember, credit cards aren't evil, but they're designed to profit from your mistakes. Every fee, every interest charge, every penalty exists because it makes money for the credit card companies. By using these strategies, you flip the script and make credit cards work for you instead of against you. Which strategy will you implement first? Drop a comment below and let me know your biggest credit card cost challenge. And if this video saved you money, hit that like button, subscribe for more money-saving strategies, and share this with someone who's tired of throwing money away on unnecessary fees. Your future self will thank you for taking action today.